Hi, everybody. This is Holly at Whole Healthy Soul, and I hope that you're having a great week. I am at the very beginning of this whole trying to figure out what on earth it is that I'm doing in this low carb, keto, intermittent fasting lifestyle. And it's a little bit overwhelming to kind of figure my way out and to learn what I'm doing and try to figure out what my next step is. It's also been hard for me to figure out exactly what to cook with, how often to eat, just all the things. So I have been carefully and kind of slowly buying some items that I think will help me along my way. And some of them I've had for a couple of weeks now as I'm settling into keto. And some of them I just went on a shopping spree and bought. So I thought I would just show you some things that are helping me to meal prep, to get my understanding of measurements and weights and all of those things as I am learning how to do this keto lifestyle. But at any rate, on to today's video. I have purchased some things that, again, have very clearly become important to me as I've just started dabbling in this low carb world. So I thought I would just show a couple of them to you and see if there are things that you think might help you, but or if there are things that might help you, or maybe they'll give you some inspiration on things that you could purchase that might help you. Or if you're like me, you can go back through these numerous kitchen cabinets back here and dig out some of the tools that you've purchased in the past. I was able to find a blender, a food chopper. I was able to get a micro planer, several things that I actually was able to shop for in my own kitchen that I'm now using. And then some of the things I shopped at, lots of different places because I enjoy shopping and looking for stuff. So we're going to talk about just a couple. So my first item is my favorite item. This is my Dash waffle maker, and it is the 4-well waffle maker. So I had a 1-well waffle maker, and when I first started doing keto, I was introduced to the amazing world of Chaffles. And I quickly fell in love with them, and they have become a go-to for me. I've only made them a few times. I haven't branched out in a lot of crazy recipes or anything like that, but I am definitely going to up my chaffle game. So I had the one chaffle maker, and I like to batch cook my chaffles at the beginning of the week so that I can use them all week long. So batch cooking on a 1-well chaffle maker was taking me forever. So I looked at this one on Amazon. It's $50. It's $49.99. That's an investment, and that may not be an investment you're ready to make, which I totally understand. I put it in my cart. I took it out of my cart. I put it in my shopping list. I took it off my shopping list. I went to the side. I clicked off the side. I went back. I was so indecisive about whether or not this would be beneficial to me. And I guess Amazon could tell that I was interested in it, but I wasn't going to actually make the investment. So one day I logged on to Amazon, and I had a notification that this was on sale for $10 off. So I ended up getting it for $40, and for $40, I absolutely purchased it very quickly before they changed their mind. This has been a game changer for me. I can whip out a whole week's worth of chaffles in way less than an hour from setup to cleanup. This has been a favorite purchase of mine. So I guess the moral of that story is if you want to buy something from Amazon, you can wait them out to get a little bit cheaper price. But along the lines of chaffles, that takes me to my second item, which is this storage jar right here. This is just a glass storage jar, and I do generally prefer glass to plastic. It has a sealable lid that just suctions in, and it has a little lip here to hold it in place. I got this at Hobby Lobby in the spring clearance section for 66% off. It was technically decorative, but because it's glass, it is food safe. It was, I think $3 after the 66% off. And this is the perfect shape for my chaffles. I can fit 10 chaffles in here. That will last me the week. I pop this in the fridge. It doesn't take up much space and it keeps my chaffles nice and fresh. Item number 3 is something that I did find out of my cabinets. I actually got these, I think, as a Christmas present from my mom. These are Rubbermaid Freshworks. They're the produce savers, and I am trying to eat a lot more vegetables. I have not always been good at that in the past, and I'm trying to get better at it. So I want to make sure that I have cabbages and lettuces, that I have bell peppers, that I have red cabbage, all those kinds of things on hand, ready to eat. So I am working on becoming a better meal prepper. So what I'm going to do is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of this larger size, and they come with a little tray in them so that water and moisture, as it drips off of your produce, will be trapped underneath it, and then the produce will stay fresher. And they all have lids. I just don't have the lids with me. So I've got 4 of this big size, and then I've got 1 or 2 of this smaller size, which if you are doing a version of keto that allows you to have berries or something like that, this is the perfect size for something like that. I will sometimes take this to lunch, and I might have celery sticks. I'm trying to convince myself that I love celery. So far, I'm failing, but I am working on it. But broccoli, cauliflower, whatever you want to put in it, it just helps it stay fresh so that by the time you get to it, it's going to be dry and crispy. So these are good things to have. I don't know that I felt like I would need to buy those if I didn't already have them, but since I have them and they've been sitting in my cabinet going to waste, why not? The next thing I want to talk about is arguably my favorite, and that is a good old-fashioned mason jars. I am from the South. I was born and raised in the South. I currently live in the South. I love me a good old mason jar. This is a half gallon. This is a quart. I also have pints. I have jelly jars. I have all kinds of mason jars. These are great for all kinds of things. The 4 glass one, the quart size jar that come with lids, and I always, if I can, get wide mouth. I like wide mouth a lot more than the regular. These are a lot better for meal prep. If you store things in them, just makes it easier to get food in and out of them. So I do recommend wide mouth, but I love these to drink out of. I will put my ice water in it. I'll put coffee. These are really great if you drink teas, or if you're a tea bomb fan, you can put them in there, put the lid on, and just shake them to death, and it tastes great. This is good if you pre-make teas or lemonades or something like that, and you just want to have them on hand in the fridge. So I really do recommend mason jars. They're fairly inexpensive. You can find them at a lot of different places. You can get them at Walmart, at Target, at Publix. You can get them on Amazon for sure. If you are a yard sailor or a thrifter, you can get them at yard sales, at flea markets, places like that. Run them through the sanitizing version of the dishwasher, and you'll be golden to be able to use those. The only thing I don't necessarily recommend that you keep too terribly long are the rings, and then especially the lids. These can discolor on the inside, and if you store something that smells strong, like a sauerkraut or a pickle or something, this can get a little bit stinky. So you might have to keep yourself in newer versions of the rings and lids, but the jars themselves will last forever unless you break them. So that is a great way to store dressings. You can meal prep salads, soups and stews, anything that you want to. You can use them as storage in your pantry and put flour or sugar substitutes, things like that. Mason jars are just the best. I love them. I love glass because it doesn't take on a weird taste. They don't stain or get discolored. It's just, they're easy. The only thing is you have to be careful that they don't break. But those are maybe my favorites of all the things. I'm going to talk a little bit about my recent shopping trip. Yesterday, I went to some of the bigger stores in a few miles away from me. I'm not in a community that has a Walmart or a Target or a Publix, things like that. So I got to make a little bit of a trek to get them. So I try to stock up when I go. So I went and I bought some random things. And again, this is me just trying to create a keto kitchen that I have not had in the past. So I'm trying to reuse and recycle as many things as I have already so I don't have to buy all brand new things. But I also understand that I do have to buy some new stuff. So I bought some new stuff at Walmart. So I just thought I would quickly show you some budget friendly items that you can get at Walmart in the food section. This is superfine blanched almond flour. It is the great value version. It is cheaper than most other almond flours that you might want to purchase. I have used an entire bag of almond flour already. So it is something that I am finding I cook with a lot in trying to figure out some keto recipes. And I use Bob's Red Mill, which I probably would prefer just because I love that company. But this one happened to be at Walmart. Bob's Red Mill was sold out. And the ingredients on this are 100% superfine blanched almonds. So it doesn't have any fillers or anything crazy in it. And like all other flours that I've seen, at least so far, or at least all other almond flours, it's 2 tablespoons for 90 calories and 3 total carbs. So this was just a good food find. I think it was $7 for a good size bag. I also purchased some monk fruit, which I'll be honest, I have never used monk fruit before. I am a stevia girl. I've used stevia for years because I don't want any more chemicals than I can get, although I am prone to drinking soda. So, small steps. But a number of the YouTubers that I've been watching on how to cook keto use this Lakanto monk fruit sweetener, so I'm giving it a whirl. They also have this at Walmart, and it's a couple of dollars cheaper than it is in some other places. So I'll let you know how that works out when I start cooking with it. I also had to buy some new baking powder, and I just got Clabber Girl because I like the container. There's really no other reason than that. The next stop I made was to Tuesday Morning. I don't know if you have one of those. I'm not a huge Tuesday morning shopper. I find it to be, quite frankly, a little bit overpriced, but they have beautiful things in there, and I love to go and look around. I don't usually spend a lot of time on the food aisle. They do have a lot of sort of gourmet food items, but they're usually full of sugars and things. And even when I wasn't doing keto, I didn't want to open myself up to temptations. But I did go down the aisle and I found this spice blend. It's from the Gourmet Collection, and it is for roast vegetables and fries. And the reason I picked it up, it was only $3.99. I thought it was a good price, and it is a huge, huge container. It is 5.9 ounces of seasoning. I like the color on it, and I was hoping that it might be reminiscent of like fries that you get from Jack's, and they've got that kind of salty popcorn salt flavor. And then they've got the color, which is from paprika. But I was hoping it might give me the illusion that I was eating fast food fries, even if I put this on like broccoli. So it is pretty clean. It's got a number of spices in it. It's got salt and pepper. It's got some red pepper, garlic, and onion, but it doesn't have fillers and things like that. So for $3.99 for a giant seasoning container, I thought I would give it a whirl. The other thing that I got at Tuesday Morning, which I'm very excited about, is not something that I needed. I mean, I'll be honest. I got a baking dish. I have plenty of baking dishes. I got enough stuff in my kitchen to open, my own kitchen supply store. But I could not resist when I found this baking dish. So this is Martha Stewart baking dish, which just seemed fancy to me, in light aqua, which is one of my favorite colors. If you look around my kitchen, you'll notice that I do have some things in light aqua, including my chaffle maker. But I just thought this was a beautiful pan. It's stoneware, so it's super heavy. It's just a beautiful baking dish. and I just felt like it would make me happy to have it. And it was on sale at Tuesday morning for $14.99. So I thought I would give it a whirl. I have some other things in my kitchen that, I mean, all of you probably already have, but I do keep out the things that I find myself using a lot so that I have some go-tos. I have quickly accessible things so that it will be more likely that I will cook more than I will order out or go out or, stand at the kitchen sink and eat, a sandwich. Not that any of us ever do that. But I've got measuring spoons and measuring cups and spatulas and a microplaner. I've got a couple of different kinds of whisks, things like that. I did transition things to the counter here so that, again, it's easy to grab them. It's easy to meal prep. I don't have to work hard at eating well. So those are just a few of the things that I bought. I'm not advocating that you run out and get those things, except possibly the mason jars, because there is nothing better in the kitchen than having mason jars. You can mix in them, you can store in them, you can eat out of them, you can drink out of them, you can put them in the refrigerator, in the pantry, in the freezer. They're just the best. So maybe I do advocate some of these, but I don't think you need anything in particular to get started. And that's one of the things that I guess I'm trying to learn as I do this thing again. I've tried before to lose weight. I've tried to be healthy. I've tried to exercise. I've tried to cook well. I've tried to do all of those things. And I continually fail. This time I'm not going to fail. I can't afford to fail. It is a season of my life where I've got to get my health under control. So I am very gently and lovingly transitioning my kitchen into a space where I can cook and cook well, where I can access the things that are going to help me be healthy, and I can make choices that truly I can live with. So if you're looking for a place to figure this stuff out and encouragement along the way, like I said earlier, I really do hope you'll click subscribe, that you'll click like, so that YouTube can see that this is for real and start allowing more people to see the channel. And please comment below on where you are in the journey, what you're hoping to get out of a healthier diet and exercise. If you're looking at doing the keto lifestyle, if you're thinking about fasting, what are your reasons for doing it? How is it going? How can I help you with your goals? And how can we all just help each other be a little bit happier and a little bit healthier and a little bit more whole? So I hope that you'll join me. I am excited about the journey, and I'm excited for you to join me. Peace and blessings, everyone. Have a great day.